Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Hi, and welcome back to Community Hotline, and thanks for sticking with us. We're going into our third segment of the night and final segment, and I'm very, very happy to have with me two young people here who are representing OPAL Environment Justice Oregon, and specifically the Youth Environment Justice Alliance, also known as YEHA. Yeja. Okay, got it right. Yeja. So here to represent Yeja, I have Maylena Robinson. You are an intern there, senior intern.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Deluna Luevano. And you are also an intern, so thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeja.
Yeah.
Got it. So tell me, how did you get involved with OPAL and with Yeja? What is it that you do there?
Well, OPAL is OPAL Environmental Justice Oregon. So basically, OPAL is a nonprofit grassroots organization that's been around for 10 years, and we have a group called Bus Riders United. And Bus Riders United, they work on campaigns on getting the TriMet pass extended from 2 hours to 2.5 hours. And so they won that campaign. And OPAL also works on fighting for inclusionary zoning in Portland to make housing more affordable. And then with OPAL, we're Yeja, Youth Environmental Justice Alliance. So
OPAL does a lot of different things.
Yeah.
They're really involved in all sorts of social justice issues around the area. I'm on their newsletter list, and I'm always getting, updates on what's going on. And it's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Heading down to Salem for this or doing that. So what's the main focus then? Ramon, tell me, for Yeja, what is it like you're working on right now?
Right now we have a campaign. It's called Youth Pass to the Future, and we're working to get it permanently funded in the PPS district and expanded to David Douglas and Park Rose High Schools.
So PPS being Portland Public Schools, and David Douglas and what was the other one? Park Rose are Portland Public Schools, but they're not included on the bus route, right? Or it's on the bus route, but they're not included. What?
Well, technically, David Douglas and Park Rose, they are their own school districts.
Oh,
But they are well within the
Portland school boundaries.
Yes.
Okay, so what is it that they don't get that people in Portland Public Schools get?
basically, it's just that we've communicated with David Douglas and we communicate with Park Rose, and both of the schools want the program, but it's that neither of the schools have the funding for the program.
And we're talking about bus passes
yes,
for youth,
youth
right?
passes,
okay.
Bus passes that PPS or Portland Public School students get.
Okay, so right now in the Portland Public Schools, and you go to Franklin,
yes,
and you're at Madison,
yes,
correct? So at those schools, you get bus passes now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and are they at a reduced rate from what the regular bus riders would pay?
Currently, we just get them on our IDs for free, so there's no fee for our bus passes. Okay. And so they don't have it at David Douglas or Park Rose.
So that's obviously a disadvantage for them.
Yes.
So you're trying to get that included, yes, correct? Yes. And then what else is it that this initiative does? Because this is an initiative, right?
Yes.
Transit initiative.
We're also trying to get it permanently funded at both PPS and the two other high schools.
So how is it funded now? Do you know?
Right now, the way the funding structure is Portland Public Schools pays $1 million, TriMet pays $1 million, and then the city pays $1 million. But there's some talk about the city not paying that $1 million anymore. And so that could be really bad for Portland Public School District, because we know around almost 60% of our district use the Youth Pass to get to and from school.
Right. I used to take the bus out here every day from North Portland and to Gresham, and it was a long bus ride, and there was a lot of kids on the bus with me. I remember that.
Yes.
It was always during school hours. You brought some pictures and some video. I'd like to take a look at the pictures first, if we could, and then the video, and maybe you could tell me what we're looking at here. So if we could take a look at those pictures now. Okay, what's this? What are we seeing here?
So in this picture, this was last November. This is our campaign launch event. So this is when Youth Pass to the Future we first had an event to just introduce our campaign to the community and tell people what we wanted. And that's a picture of our campaign report. We gathered facts from Park Rose and David Douglas. We did surveys to the students, and then we gathered a whole report so we can give to decision makers.
That's one of the youth pass kind of like blown up for Portland Public, but except we put East Portland high schools, and that's at the bottom. That's exactly what it says. It has the TriMet logo. Then it has an expiration date for the end of the year, and that was at our campaign report release event.
Okay.
Here we have one of our youth speaking. Since Yasia is a youth-led group, we oftentimes at our events, we just have our youth facilitate our events, and we have our youth facilitate our meetings also. So here's one of our youth sharing his personal story around Youth Pass.
And is this the same kind of thing, just telling the personal stories?
Yes.
Wow.
This is one of our this is our turnout from our campaign finding event. This is this is our group picture. These are just some of our Yasia members as of last year.
Wow.
And that's when Jennifer, Magali, and we went to go testify in front of the city council just a few months ago.
This is a rally that we had outside of the county building because with our program, with our campaign, we're asking the county to fund Youth Pass, and so we're having a rally outside of the county building for Youth Pass. And this is just, you know, some of the different ways that we get around, some of our youth get around. Once again, this is our youth facilitating our meetings because we are a youth-led group.
This is pretty impressive.
And this is from our summer program. So Yasia, we have school year Yasia, and then this summer we did a program where our goal was just to, you know, build leadership skills in new youth. So we invited not just Yasia members, but other members of the community to come in, and we did workshops all summer, and this was at our event that we had at the end of the summer.
You know, I'm really impressed that all the things that you do and being led by youth, it really must build up leadership skills in you both. How did you both get involved in this?
Me personally, our youth coordinator, Jen, she came and presented at our school and kind of talked about Youth Pass and what Yasia was about, and I just felt like that was something that really resonated with me. I do believe that youth can and will be leaders, and that we should have a say in issues that directly affect us, and so that's personally why I joined Yasia.
I love it. How about you, Ramon?
I was actually joined with my sister. She told me that our youth coordinator came to present to her class, and at the time I wasn't old enough to join, but after the semester ended, I was able to join, and I really liked it because, you know, like youth, they don't get a voice in anything really, so I just thought it was a way for us to be able to have a voice.
And in something that really directly affects you, that's really important. So how many kids are involved in Yasia? Do you know? Approximately?
Approximately, roughly this year, we've been working with about 40 kids, and we just like restarted, so we've had a lot of new members just recently come and enter Yasia.
And are a lot of people coming because of this youth transit initiative? Is that a big deal? That's a big deal to kids, isn't it?
We have a large group from PPS, but we also have a large turnout from David Douglas and Park Rose, and this is really showing that these kids want Youth Pass at their school and that this is something that's important to them.
So how's this decision going to be made about the Youth Passes? Is this something that's going to be on the ballot for people to vote on, or who makes these decisions?
Well, they obviously have their city council meetings, and they just talk amongst each other and like about how they usually make decisions, and they talk about what they think is important to fund, what they think they shouldn't really fund, what they think is their responsibility to fund, etc. So
you've gone and talked to them and given the opinions from the youth perspective of how this is going to affect you. What's going to happen if this doesn't go through? How's this going to affect kids?
If Youth Pass is cut, there will be thousands, over 13,000 students will not be able to access TriMet or anything.
Wow. And that means a lot of kids probably not showing up for school too.
Yes.
So the ripple effect of that is going to be huge, right?
Yes, and another thing is one of the pros for Youth Pass at David Douglas is they were facing chronic absenteeism, and Youth Pass could be a solution to this problem. And this is why we're trying to, because the yellow school bus, the schedule is very limited. And we did a survey at David Douglas, and about 40% of their kids said that they have missed school because they missed the yellow school bus. And so there was no other way for them to get to school because not everybody can afford the bus pass.
Wow. Sounds like it's really important to kids to keep them in school, because obviously if you don't get to school and you don't get your degree, you know, your college or your high school diploma, it's really hard to even move forward in the world. Yeah. I'm going to ask them to bring up the video next and tell me what we're going to be looking at in this video. I know it's very short, but...
This video is just a video of us at our campaign release, our campaign release. And we're just kind of singing a song that that some of our youth made up, and then we practice as a group about Youth Pass, basically what it is. Okay,
well, let's take a look at that now. Lovely. Is there a precedent for this in other areas in the country where there's been a youth pass and it's been taken away, or where areas didn't have? Do you know anything about that? Or do you know if there's other parts of the country where are having the same issue?
We haven't heard much about anywhere else. We just know kind of what's going on here. Yeah.
So what's next for you? What do you do next from here on out? How do you let more people know about this?
So right now what we're working on is more outreach, because, you know, even though we do have a strong base right now, we feel like the more people we have, the stronger our movement is. Okay. Another thing that we're doing is we're going to work on outreaching to county commissioners again, because we know last year we didn't get through to them about funding Youth Pass this year. And so we're still going to be persistent in what we were doing before, still just going to county meetings and trying to meet with county commissioners.
And how can people like me and our viewers help? What can we do to help?
Answer that.
Well, I think those who do have a say in the community, they should really speak up about it, show your support, you know, show up to our events, rallies, just really show your support for everything we're doing.
And if we wanted to write a letter or make a call to one of those commissioners and you know, show our support, you'd be open to that too, I imagine.
Yes. Okay. Another thing is a lot of youth feel as though like they know that this issue is important, but they feel like it may not be their job to step up and say anything. But I feel like it is, like, to let youth know it is your job. Like, this is an issue that is affecting all youth. And even if you aren't someone who's affected by Youth Pass, it's still an important issue. Like, I know last year when I joined Asia, I was under the impression that PPS was going to have Youth Pass like permanently funded, but that's not the case. Okay. But I still wanted this program for other people, and that's what youth should want. They should want this program for just everyone, because Youth Pass breaks down so many barriers, not just for education, but this could be a key for youth to get to jobs, to get to internships, to be involved in their community. Like, Youth Pass is just so useful.
Good. We're out of time, and I appreciate that. Those are beautiful points, and I urge people to check out, go to the website, find out more, and thank you both for your time so much.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks for watching Community Hotline. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something. Do check out the websites and get out there and get involved. Good night.